Do you know of any family traditions or stories that were maybe more cheerful?
So my father's family traditions, you mean?
Either, or your mother's traditions.
Well, my mom's tradition, the German Christmas tradition of the Buntentaler. It's basically a sweet plate put under the Christmas tree, if you have one, and there are specific sweets for Christmas. Marzipan, nougat, these, I can't remember what they're called, but made with gingerbread, Lebkuchen. And my brother and I now are we go out of our way. Even if it hurts us financially, we'll pull out the credit card and we'll go and we'll buy these things. And this is our Christmas tradition to remember our mother by. And it's a great sense of joy for us. Sadly, a lot of the Ukrainian traditions, they're very painful for us. Carolers coming to the house. When my father wasn't there, my mom wouldn't let the carolers in. She was scared. Some of them would come drunk, and she didn't know what would happen, so she didn't want to let them in. When my father was there, he, of course, let everybody in, and it was friendly. It's a friendly tradition, and we enjoyed it. It was a little bit embarrassing. We lived in a non-Ukrainian neighborhood. The southern part of Oshawa was known as Ivanivka, and they said, when I was growing up, that you could actually get lost in South Oshawa, but if you spoke Ukrainian, you'd find your way around. We lived in North Oshawa, and we didn't know it at the time, we had a lot of immigrant neighbors who had changed their names, they anglicized their names, and they discriminated against me even more harshly than my British ancestry, classmates. But so having carolers coming to your house, it's like the fine line is being crossed. It's a definite ethnic thing going on, and you don't want your English neighbors to find out about it. So it wasn't until high school that I actually started playing Bandura at school during folk club concerts. But the other part of my Ukrainianness, I kept away. It was under wraps. Even though my name was obviously very Ukrainian, I couldn't hide it. I didn't have an anglicized name. My first name was Yarko. It wasn't George or Jerry. So both of my names were ethnic. So I had double trouble when it came to discrimination. But
did you ask to change it?
When I was younger, I so wanted to change my name. And by the time I turned 18, you couldn't pay me enough money to change my name now. I'm very proud of it.
Is there anything else you want to say about, your first impressions about being in Ukraine?
Oh yeah. Amazing experience happened in Yalta. We were at Lesya Ukrainka's house, and at the end of the tour, we were in the music room, and the tour guide said, in keeping with the tradition, with the wishes of Lesya Ukrainka, if there's anyone here in the room who knows how to play the Bandura, they could come forward and they could play on Lesya Ukrainka's Bandura. So I didn't say a word, and I had my 2 feet firmly planted on the ground. I wasn't going anywhere. But my father pushed me forward and said, "Oh, mi syn vmije hrati." And I was quite upset. But I went forward and I pulled up this instrument that they gave to me, and I don't think the instrument had been tuned since she died. It was in very, very poor shape. But I found about an octave where the strings were sort of kind of in tune. And I think I played Zjalbaya Bandura on those strings. And I just thought, what an amazing moment for my father that his son was born in Canada. He learned to play the Bandura. And here he played on the instrument of one of the greatest Ukrainians, Lesya Ukrainka. And in addition to that, when I lived in Florida and I would talk to my mom, I'd ask her, "So how's it going?" She says, "Oh, I went to visit Lesya today in High Park." And she would go to visit the Pamyatnik in High Park. And that's how she would refer to her, as Lesya, like she was visiting a friend. So that lady, Lesya Ukrainka, really meant an awful lot to us. This lady who had to deal with an illness, and she just wrote such amazing things.